So I do have a question. You can see in this box is a bunch of U.S. silver. So I've done some calculation on this. And we'll have a look at some of the coins. Kind of worn. But there's $2 worth of dimes and $1.25 worth of 90% silver. So I added it all up, weighed it, with 73 grams. Now, at the time I bought it, U.S. junk silver is basically worth there's 73 grams, 0.925, which is about 92 cents a gram. And that adds up to $67.50 roughly. Now, what did I pay for this? Well, I paid 22x. So 22 times face, 3.25. Sounds like I paid $71.50. So I'm a little over amount on this. But how much are you really worth and willing to buy this kind of silver when it's 22x or higher? These are just worn barber dimes. See, that's 1907. That one's 1906. There might be an 1800s one in here too. Since 1910. But it is an interesting question. How high does silver have to go before you're like, I can't fathom buying this anymore at this price? And here's a 1900 one. So let's just say, for a quick instance, at silver price today, which was a few days after this, went up some. It's 93.9 cents per gram, roughly. There's 73 grams in this. Now, let's say silver would go to $22 an ounce. That's about $10 less. And therefore, your $0.50 would be worth $7.95, or about 63.6 cents per gram. So if you buy a bunch of this stuff and pay near 22x, and it would turn around and drop to say $22, all of a sudden you'd be underwater on your silver. And those are both 1907s. You'd be underwater by about 30 cents a gram. And that'd be pretty tough. So you'd kind of like be in silver debt, is another way of putting it. This one's interesting. It has been holed and plugged. Not necessarily with silver either. You can see the mark where the plug is. On this one, the face is just, well, the back. That's another 1907. But these standing Liberty quarters in here, the date is mostly there. There's 3 of them, and they're 1925s. But yeah, today silver, 90% silver is worth about 93 cents a gram, give or take. But if silver does go back to say $22, it becomes worth 63 cents per gram. And if you bought a lot at 93 something cents per gram, then all of a sudden you're down 30 cents per gram. And if you buy 100 grams of it, all of a sudden you're way over underwater on your silver. Now let's talk about a couple other things real quick. I was gave this entire bag of coins, mostly Canadian. There's a couple interesting coins in this that I want to talk about real quick, if I can get one of them out. It's a really small. And there's a wheat cent in here too, but this is the coin. Let's see if we can see it. It is hard to keep that where I want it. It's 1940. It's a neat coin. It's very small. U.S. penny compared to it, or cent. There's a couple of those in here. And I did say there's at least one wheat cent in here. None of this is really worth a whole lot. This was in the bag as well. 1957 D wheat cent. There's a Canadian quarter, a nickel, and there's another one of them little coins right there. Same one as this loose one. So, with all that said, in my opinion, U.S. junk silver at 22x is starting to get to be too expensive to buy, for fear that silver could retreat to $22 or something. Now let's talk about something else, because I did buy a couple other coins today. And these are a little bit more collectible ones, not this one so much. This is from Denmark, 1875 it says. Although I'm like, don't see a date on it, so how they know it's 1875 for sure. Maybe it's a one-year design. It's kind of neat, but it was only 50 cents. It's a world coin. It's really not very collectible. Now, this one, though, it was $4. This Barber dime's not too bad a shape. It's kind of hard to get this to focus. The Liberty is there on right up there on that. You may not be able to see it very well in this video, but it is there, and it's full, which for these, a lot of Barber dimes stayed in circulation so long that Liberty is worn off on most of them, along with a lot of the details of the coin. But I mean, this one, you can see most of the designs, the features on it, the eye, the mouth. So it's not too bad. Now, this particular one, it's 1899, and although getting this to focus is tough. The LI is really strong. The BER is pretty weak, but the TNY is on there. So I'm trying to figure out what grade would this probably run. And I'm sitting somewhere around very good 8, probably. It's full rims, and it's a little bit lower mintage coin compared to a lot of Walkers and Benjamin Franklins and stuff. Now, however, if this had been graded and say it did get very good 8, probably be about 3 times the price, because this is just a raw coin. Hello, Bottle Top Bandit. It's just a raw coin and not graded, but I think it would probably go at least very good 8. If it went very good 10, it'd be nice, but it probably won't go fine because I think you have to have the full Liberty. But going back around to what I've done this video about to start with, 90% silver, worn out stuff like in this box. There's $2 in dimes and $1.25 in quarters. And 90% silver at today's price was worth 93 cents roughly per gram, which puts the price of buying this at that price somewhere around 22x. Any higher than that, and this kind of stuff is really nowhere to go up because it's only really worth its weight in silver because they're all worn. They'll never really be worth much more than that being this worn. So what price is too high for 90%? Because if 90% would swing back down to $22 or something, well, this would automatically drop 30 cents a gram roughly. Because, like I said, $22, I used a calculator. It says a $0.50 at that point would be $7.95, or about 63 cents a gram. Which, if you're buying this at 90 something per gram and you're buying a lot of grams, that's a long way back. And this is a neat, too bad there's a hole in it, but it's 1909, not terribly worn out. If there was a mint mark on this one, it's pretty well gone. But that's the question, at what price does 90% US silver that's junky like this and common become too expensive? And for me, I feel like it's starting to get there, because I'm uncomfortable paying any more than what I paid for that. So what do you all think? What's your price per that you're willing to pay for US junk silver? And I don't mean something like this one, which is a little more collectible because it's a lower mintage and stuff. Let me know in the comments. But that's pretty much what I have for you. I hope everyone has a good night. We'll see you next time.